Isabella, what are you seeing so far?
Yeah, Lee, Lindsay, we've just moved to Cherry Lane, and we actually just spoke with the Jefferson County Fire Chief. I'm going to go ahead and step off camera so you can see what's going on right now. We just spoke with the Jefferson County Fire Chief right before we went on air. He gave some details about this fire, 3 acres, and it was sparked by the property owner who was mowing and had hit a rock of some sort of sparked the fire by mowing. Again, this is just 3 acres. Jefferson County has responded, BLM responded, ODF, even Warm Springs, multiple agencies responded to this fire. The winds are still going. You can see the winds are picking up here, and that obviously was a contributor to this fire. And the fire chief is, telling property owners, if they are going to mow, to do it in the cooler times of the day and the earlier times of the day instead of the evening, and especially with this wind, to avoid it. Now, this did cause level 3 evacuations in the area. You might actually see a big Jefferson County truck now pull in. The fire chief did tell me that they are finalizing their mop-up phase, and then it will be handed over to the property owner to keep an eye on the acres. Lee, Lindsay.
Thank you, Isabella. We continue our team coverage with Chief Meteorologist John Carroll, who is certified by the National Weather Service in fire weather behavior. John, lots of fires and fire weather going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of action going on around the region, and I want to discuss something that is contributing to the windy conditions there in the Madras region, and it is the light rain that is falling from the skies. As you can see, we have these light rain showers going through. They've been moving through from south to north, and out ahead of what happens in this very dry air is the rain falls down into that dry air. It evaporates. Well, evaporation is a cooling process, so that cold air sinks. As that cold air sinks, kind of spreads out the wind at the bottom or the surface, and that is what's helping to get more erratic winds in that area as opposed to, say, the steady west winds that we've been seeing earlier. So let's give you an idea where we are exactly. This is where the fire is. There's Madras. And definitely see that it's very rural. And the best part about this fire, and there's not real good stuff about it, but no structures were damaged by this. And that's a lot to do with the defensible space that we always have been talking about, clearing out brush around your house so that if there is a fire that ignites, even if it's a brush fire or grass fire, keep that brush and grass away from the home. We have dry fuel and breezy conditions. We have gusts near 30 at times. Winds generally were from the west today. Temperatures in the 70s, but are dropping quickly. We said there's a lot of fires, and you can see them there speckled throughout the area. A quick tour around. We got Sage Hollow and Juniper Hill. Those two we talked about yesterday. We were a lot concerned about the Lapine area with that vegetation fire. Here's the Madras fire right along. This is 97. Heading up to the Dalles. What's going on at the Dalles? A very large fire. The Rowena fire is about 3,500 acres, and they have gusty winds along the gorge. And the Ferry fire ballooned to 5,000 acres today, mainly because of the winds and the type of fuel that was being consumed by the fire. Grassy conditions, brush, that type of activity burns very, very quickly. If you recall last year, those mega fires were mainly out in the eastern portion of our state, and that's where a lot of the cheatgrass is and a lot of the open fields, and that's what ballooned this up to 5,000 acres.
Thank you, John. We have new updates on the ongoing Rowena fire in the Columbia Gorge.
The Northwest Interagency Coordination Center says the fire was human-caused. Since igniting yesterday afternoon in Wasco County, it's burned 3,500 acres. It has destroyed at least 20 homes and is currently threatening more than 2,100 others. Evacuation zones were expanded early this morning on the west side of the fire as shifting winds remain a concern.
Now, the Ferry fire continues to spread, burning through 5,000 acres along the John Day River.
It's located about 5 miles south of Cottonwood State Park, spanning Gilliam and Sherman counties in Oregon. Level 3 and Level 2 evacuation warnings are in place, and Highway 206 is closed between Condon and Wasco. That fire is also 0% contained. Now let's take a look at more fires burning across Oregon. As John alluded to, in Crook County, the Juniper Hill fire is burning 35 acres. That's just east of Joe Butte with no containment. At this time, though, there are no reports of any evacuations nor structural threats. Good news from Lapine tonight. All evacuation levels were lifted for the vegetation fire there. That small fire sparked yesterday afternoon behind Gordy's truck stop. The Forest Service responded quickly and got it under control. The cause is still under investigation.
During this fire season, KTVZ News will continue to have the first and most in-depth reports. Make sure to keep up to date on the Fire Alert tab on KTVZ.com. You'll also find the Fire Alert tab on your KTVZ News mobile app.